Okay, so we're going to go through adding products from start to finish with all the details. So the first thing you do is come into the WordPress admin and go to Products and then over to Add Product. And this is the product name up here, so we want to be descriptive with that. And we also want to consider search engine optimization stuff that will help people find our pages. So the name of the product is this, and we've got the details on it. Now if somebody searches for exactly that, our website, this page actually would be a candidate for ranking for that. But for people that may search more generally, or they may say like Valvoline motor oil or Valvoline heavy duty motor oil or something like that, we can attach another phrase to here of what the product type is, and that'll just make that a little bit more powerful when it comes to ranking and getting some more traffic. So we've got the specific name of the product, and then in this case what we could do is just add in heavy duty motor oil. So now we have a very nice title for both humans and robots. So down here, this first screen, this is your long description. The long description shows up down here under the description tab. The short description shows right here. So the long description, what Dwayne and I were doing is just putting the spec sheet in here. So just say spec sheet, go down a line, and now we can attach the spec sheet. So we'll just go into add media, and we're going to drag a file over. Just a quick note, you don't have to be on the Upload Files tab to drag a file in, which is kind of nice, so we can drag it anywhere. So I've got another window open here with my file. I'm just going to drag that right in. The screen changes blue, meaning that you can drag a file in. I'll release it, it uploads it, and you'll notice over here on the right that it sets the title for me, and the title is going to be the linked text as soon as I press insert into product. So if you want to change that, like take out the dashes, or if you want to make it say something else, now would be the time to do that. I mean, you can do it later, but it's just easiest now. And so if we're good with that, we'll just click insert into product. It plops the link right there. There's one additional step we're going to take, because by default it puts this link in, and if somebody clicks on it, it opens in the same page, taking over the product page that they're on. And usually when somebody opens up a PDF, they think to click the little X button to close it, and if they do that, they're going to close themselves out of the site. So we're going to take a little extra step to make this link open in a new window so people don't get frustrated and leave the site that way. So what we'll do is just click somewhere inside of the link so it knows what link we're talking about, and we're going to click this little insert/edit link button, and it pops up, and we just need to check this box, open link in a new window or tab, and then we'll click update, and that's all we need to do. Now that link will open in a new window or tab. Okay, so let's move on here. Now we've got the product short description, and as you remember, that's what shows up here next to the price. So this is a way to just do a quick summary of the top points of the product. So I'm going to plop in our little description, short description for that. Now we can go over to the right and hit these product categories. So this is going to be in the heavy duty motor oil category, so just get that checked. You can have a product in multiple categories if you want. That just means it'll show up under multiple places on the website. But in this case, we'll just do the motor oil. Then we'll go right down to product tags. And Dwayne and I decided that for product tags, we are going to just simply put the brand of the product there and not go crazy with tags right now. So you can add tags at any time. It's a little bit different than categories. I mean, I guess you can add categories anytime too, but categories are more, they're more kind of rigid, and tags are, you can add, you know, hundreds of tags or dozens of tags or whatever to a product. It's just kind of a way of filtering, where these are a way of browsing, so it's a little bit different. So if you've already added some tags, you can click this link here, which just basically expands this area with the tags that you have added. And Valvoline's already in there, so I'm just going to click that because this is a Valvoline product. If we wanted to add a new one, we'd just type it in here and click the add button. And then once we have added a tag, it's always available for any product in the future to be clicked to be added to that product. Going down here a little bit, I'm going to explain this box to you, but most times you probably won't need to use it. What it's doing here is it's showing you a preview of what the search result may look like in Google. It doesn't really know because it's not connected to Google, but it's using, you know, the best known, you know, formula or whatever to see how it will show. So anyways, here's the title of the page. That's pretty straightforward. That's pretty much how it's going to show. Then it's going to have a link, which this will be the live link once the link is once the website is live. And what these things are is if you type in a focus keyword here, like let's just say Valvoline for was our focus keyword for some reason, it's going to tell us, okay, yeah, you've got it in the title, you've got it here, you should probably put it in the meta description. So it's kind of going to coach you on how you can further optimize the page. Putting a keyword in here has no other effect than just giving you some feedback. So you can play with it if you want. The SEO title here, this just gives you a chance to overwrite what the title is going to be, and you can see it in gray there. So if there might be a case where we really want the title to be different, we could customize it there. What I'm saying is if we want the title to be different for the search engines rather than what people see when they get to the page. Meta description has no effect on helping you rank, but it does have a big effect on helping people decide whether or not to click on your ranking in Google. It's kind of like, you know, the reason you should go to this page, or what this page contains, or the value of this page in a sentence. And that's what the meta description is. If you don't type anything in there, then Google's going to pull some text out of the page to make a meta description, which is most likely going to be your short description, because that's the first real piece of actual regular text that shows on the page. So if you're okay with that, then you don't need to put anything in here. So what I'm going to do is just minimize this, just so that it doesn't keep, you know, take up space on the screen. Now let's set the image, and if we have one image, we come over here to featured image and click set featured image. And I'm just going to drag an image onto the screen from my other window over here. It's going to upload that. And at this point, what we need to do is make sure it has a good title. And we want this title for the image to be specific to the page it's on. So we're putting this image on a product page. So we'll give this the product title, which what we really could do is, before we get to this screen, copy the title of the product and just paste it in here. So I'm actually going to, we've already got the image uploaded, so I'm going to close this. I'm going to grab the title, then I'm going to come back in. The image is still there, I'll select it, and I'm just going to replace the title and the alt text. The alt text is like the description of the image. For, you know, if you put your mouse over and leave it there, it'll show you the description pop up over the image. But anyways, now we're ready to click set product image, and there it is. Okay, so now we're ready to come down to this box here called product data. Now you'll see this drop down here, and this is kind of the type of product. Different types of product have different extra things you can do. A simple product only has one price, even if you have like options tied to it. And options could be colors or sizes or whatever you want. And but in this case, because we have sizes, we're going to change this to a variable product. There we go. Now you'll see the SKU field here. If the SKU is always the same no matter which option they choose, in this case, no matter which size option they choose, then you put the SKU in here. If the SKU is different based upon the option or size, then we'll just leave this blank. We're not going to have the website control the inventory or tell us when it's in stock or anything. We ignore that. We're going to have free shipping on everything, so we don't need to worry about this. And linked products is a way to do upsells and cross-sells. There's a nice little description if you put your mouse over each one of these. Upsells would be products you recommend instead of the currently viewed product. These show at the bottom of the product page. Cross-sells are things that this would be like if you buy this oil and it shoots them to the shopping cart page. On the shopping cart page, it's going to suggest, it can't suggest like an oil filter because that's a product related to this one. So if they're buying this one, they might be interested in buying the other one that's related. So that's where you can set those related products. And to do that, you just start typing in the name of the of a product that's already in the system, and then you can click it to add it. Let's go into attributes. So there's no attributes in here yet. We need a size attribute in this case. So we just go over here and click add, and we need a name of this attribute. Now an attribute is the same exact thing as a product option. So I'll just call it product options at this point. So size is a product option that has different values you can select. So just go ahead and check these two boxes. Those are required for this to work the way we want. And over here in values, we might have 4 ounce, and we might have some other things. So anyways, to put in multiple values, we need to separate those by what's called the pipe symbol. This is that straight vertical line that's right above the enter button. You just do a shift and then that button above the enter button to get that pipe. And you don't need any spaces around the pipe. So do 4 ounce, 8 ounce, pipe, oops, got a space, 12 ounce. So there we go. We got our stuff in there. It's separated by what's called the pipe. And now we just click, you'll be tempted to click add, but don't do that. Click the save attributes over here. There we go. If we had another option for this, we could do this again and make it for color, and then we check these, and then we would say red, pipe, orange, whatever, if we needed that, but we don't, so I'm going to remove that chunk there. Okay. And let's save it again just to make sure, and let's go to variations. Now there's nothing in here right now, so what you need to do is press link all variations and just say yep. What that is going to do is spit out all the variations of the product according to the product options from here. So we only have 3 variations because we only have 3 sizes. If we were to have colors as an option, and if we had 2 colors, we would end up with 6 variations because 3 sizes times 2 colors would be 6. So anyways, that's how that works. So now we're ready to set the SKU number for each one of these. And then we'll set the price for each one of these. You don't have to enter a $sign. You don't have to put in decimals or anything unless you want to. You can just keep it simple. And all this other stuff we don't really need to mess with. We can put an image if we want to. We could drag it in, or we could select an image that's already in there. And that means when somebody selects this option from the drop down, it's going to switch out the main product image to show us the image that matches that option. So we'll go down here, we'll enter the SKU in for this one, we'll enter the price in, and maybe I don't have an image for that, I'll just come back later then, that's fine. SKU for this one, price, and I'm good to go, and maybe I do have an image for that, so I'm going to stick that in. And you'll probably want to have this inclination to press a save button down here, but there is not one for whatever reason. The way this is saved is by going up to the top and clicking the publish button. So at this point we have been through all the things we need to do. Let's just go ahead and click publish, and then we'll take a look at our product. And there's a view product link right here. I'm going to just right click on it, open in a new window so that I keep this little window here for me. And there it is. There's the image, and we've got the title, we've got our price range, our short description. Looks like we've got some extra spacing in here. So let's go back to our short description, and sure enough we've got extra line in there, so I'm just going to take that out and then update it. Yes, there it is. Let's refresh it. There we go. That's all that was. So let's choose a 4 ounce. Okay, and I set this image as the 4 ounce, so that's why it's switching over like that. And 8 ounce I didn't have an image, so that's using the default one again. And 12 ounce I had this crazy image. So there it is. Here's my long description and my additional information.